Hi everybody and welcome to Oracle of the Crows. My name is Melody. So I want to give a thank you to everybody for watching this video and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for those who have been with me on my journey for the last 4 years as well. So this is a past life card reading for those of you who did not feel comfortable enough to do the Hypnocrow past life regression. So if you feel more comfortable in card version, this reading may be for you. This is for the element of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you have one of them 3 signs in a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, north node, or south node, or you may be guided to watch this, or if you're just guided here and you don't have no Earth anywhere in your chart, either or. You have before you see 3 doors. So allow your intuition to guide you towards the door 1, 2, or 3 to your past life. And then we're going to go into your journey in this life with regards to purposes, with life lessons, and your soul's advice about these life lessons. So we have a past life card and a life's purpose card. So we're going to go ahead and go by a star or signs and see what your past life was and the purpose behind this life, why you were incarnated in this life, and then how it's affecting you in the present life that you are currently incarnated in. All right, so element of Earth again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or if you are just guided here to watch it, sun, moon, rising, north or south node in the element of Earth, or those who were guided here to watch this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and share as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So element of Earth, pick a star, number 1. Alright, so your past life that wants to come through the door that you are walking through with star number 1 is authority figure. So you see how the I can't think of what it's called, but it's the judge's hammer that comes down and smacks that wooden thing and says, you know, this is it, this is the ruling. All right, so you could have been a judge or been judged in a past life. So let's go ahead and see why this past life is coming through for you who chose star number 1. In your previous, or this could be affecting even your current lifetimes. Maybe this previous life you could have been an authority figure, and in a present life you could have a problem with authority figures. So it's kind of like clearing out a little bit of a karmic debt kind of thing is kind of what I'm feeling right off the bat. You followed rules that were set down by authority figures such as parents and teachers. You may have also encountered intimidating or even cruel authority figures in the past. Perhaps you found yourself in the presence of those who are power hungry or abusive. These situations could lead you to fearing authority figures and succumb to their will in the present. While it's normal to sometimes be intimidated by powerful individuals, fearing authority figures can lead to unhealthy passivity. For example, you may feel pressured to bow to others' rules without standing up for your rights. Or you may develop conflict phobias in which you negate your own needs in order to avoid arguments or disharmony. In some cases, this can lead to a form of depression called learned helplessness, in which you don't even try to improve your life. To heal this situation, fill yourself with self-love and self-esteem, and see yourself as being whole and healed. Oftentimes, just remembering past life details will lead to clearing and healing. And that's kind of like what I want to do with these videos. Bring up some things that need to be cleared or need to be healed. And then when you go do the past life regression, you may go into this life and figure out exactly what happened, like clearly, excuse me, see where the root of the issue originated of what you're having today, if you see what I mean. Okay, so that's a little about that. So what was the purpose of this life? Strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. So that is why you had to go through this, was the purpose of this. And I feel like you're being, like, you have to bow down, and I feel like it's affecting you in this life big time, this energy. So the purpose of having this authority figure, such as parents or teachers, or encountering intimidating or even cruel authority figures in this past life, for those who are power hungry, even abusive, it was to make you stronger, right? It was to make you stronger. See how she's got her shield in her arrow? Like, she's, now she has the strength to stand up for herself, to grow them set of wings, to have that backbone. See the tree behind her. It's something perhaps that was handed down through many lives, is what I'm seeing here. And everything that you have experienced in this life led you to fearing authority figures in this life. And it's making you, like, bow down, right? Bow down in a very unhealthy way. It's like peer pressure, right? And then now it's like you could be also in this life have some sort of a conflict phobia, which is really pressing, really pressing. So I feel this past life, the person who picked this, it was all, the purpose of this was to give you the strength to take back your power, to learn to love yourself, have high self-esteem, right? Being whole again. See how the horse here is white? That's purity, right? Earning your wings, becoming whole again, taking back your power from those who made you bow down to them and perhaps were even abusive. It made you strong. It made you courageous. It made you you learned a lot of life lessons. It made you strong, right? Right here. See the tree in the background? So that's what I see as far as the past life that is coming through and the purpose of this past life. So we're just going to go ahead and stick this up on star number 2. And now we are going to tap into, these are the Akashic Records Tarot. Dig a little bit more into this past life. And then we're going to pull a couple cards for present energy. And then we'll pull some cards for the future. Alright, so let's dig a little bit more into the purpose of this past life was to have the strength to stand up for yourself. Having the courage to take your power back from people who tried to take advantage of your kindness is what I see here. But having that sense of freedom, right? That sense of freedom to move in any direction you wish to move in. So we have 2 cards sticking out here, but I don't know if I should take them, so we're just going to keep shuffling here. Alright, so okay, so they told me to cut them in 3 piles. That's what I heard, cut in 3 piles. Pick 1 pile for the past energy, I feel like the top of the deck, this would be the top of the deck for the past energy, because it's the energy we're flowing into the present with, right? So we'll make the last pile the energy flowing out, and that will be your present life situation. So the past energy, all right, how is it affected? Oh yeah, look at that, a chess game. Exactly. It was like a power struggle, right? A power struggle is what I see here. Somebody, knocked you over. I feel like they kind of shamed you, made you feel less than. Like, instead of putting you up on a pedestal, they caused you to fall down, bow, and succumb to their level, is what I feel here. And look, it's the 3 of keys. So the keys represent like they're important things. Like it's very, very important, because you got handed a key which unlocks something. And I feel like what it unlocked is you took back your power from this situation and seed the game that they were playing, is what I feel. Because if you know anything about chess game, there's certain pieces that move in certain ways, there's certain rules about them pieces, that it's very complicated game. So I just feel like something happened, maybe even with I see justice here. Like I said, the judge's hammer coming down. I feel like whatever happened here, I feel like you were falsely accused, is what I feel. But I kind of feel like this really, it all was part of the divine plan. There was the purpose in it, was to give you this sense of freedom. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to read what the keys mean in this tarot. So it represents values, wealth, success, worth, abundance, career, authority, confidence, achievement, and power that you can experience and express in your life. Keys are emblematic of locking away and keeping safe what you treasure, but they also reflect opening at every level, opening to ownership, to opportunity, to new directions, to greater power and possibilities. To lay a key upon one's shoulder instead of in the hands reflects the responsibility that the person can shoulder in life. After all, keys are given only to those with the authority to use them. Authority figures. Okay. So it's part of the plan, is what I feel here. So keys. A game is in play upon this chessboard. Some of the pieces are sidelined while the bronze queen lies on her side on the playing field. The people represented by these chess pieces are not usually those you meet for enjoyable pastimes. This is a card of political and social conflict. You may be in store for difficult interactions in group settings such as board of directors, corporate hierarchies, management disruptions, or conflicted family situations. Though sides seem to be clearly divided, many of the people involved are really out for themselves. Deceit is present. Now, remember what authority figures was about? And you may not be at all certain about everyone's motives or strategies. It is time for you to take an emotional or even an actual step back. The more you get involved and the stronger you hold your position, the more heated the situation may become. No matter how challenging, try to maintain an inner peace. Don't participate in any battles or allegiances, but don't let yourself be deceived either. Look at everything coolly and unemotionally. The people around you are serving their own agendas. Try to detach, be objective, and treat everyone involved from a deeper source of wisdom without being misled. There may come a time for you to leave or distance yourself from this situation, but because of circumstances, it may not be here yet. For now, let yourself be a knowing observer and watch. So in this life, and that's exactly what you did. You had the courage to take that step back. Look how she's watching that bird. Birds to me are seeing something from a higher perspective. So in this life, you were in this battle, right? You were in this battle, and you've seen the battle sort of from an outside view of like the authority, and it got legal is what I feel here. So that is, wow, I feel like that kind of just goes right in with the other two cards. So that is the past life energy that is coming through here. So the purpose for this game, for this deceit, was to make you stronger, make you courageous, to take a step back and see things from a higher view. You had to learn that lesson is what I feel. All right. So that's the past life energy. So let's go ahead and work on present energy. So let's go ahead and pull a card or two for present. The light of the world. Okay, so you have the light of the world coming through. So the light of the world is the major arcana. So this is a major point for you right now in this present moment, is to there's somebody wise knocking on your spiritual door, and they feel like this is your soul. They got some information for you. There is something that they are trying to get your attention on, and you are too focused on another task to answer this door. There is definitely somebody important knocking on your soul's door. You got this nagging feeling, pulling thing. The light of the world. So this is a major, major part of your journey in this life. All right. So that is why you had to go through this. So in the present moment, an old sage holds a glowing lantern and knocks on a door with no latch. A young man inside is too distracted to answer the knock. Your divine being is trying to get your attention. All it takes is a moment of your awareness to open the door. Remember, past life doors. Though your life may be too busy, the opportunity now presents itself for you to move into a higher awareness. See how your soul is looking up at this bird. You need a higher awareness or a higher perception of your journey in a present moment. It is your soul, your eternal being, who approaches, but it's up to you and only you to open the door. You do that by taking real and regular action in knowing and feeling the wise and radiant being you are forever. Through meditation and study, you can own the enormous love, power, and vision. You can make every day sacred by going within. Once you do, you will know a radiant and greater power in every step and with every word. You will be able to bring this magnificent force into your world, changing your life forever. So remember what I said about the beginning? In the beginning, right? It's you, the purpose of this situation here, this game, this battle over, right? The purpose of this life was to give you the strength and the power, right? To learn how to be strong, be courageous, take your power back from the game, be the observer. So in the present life, you got somebody knocking on that door, right? And I feel like this past life is like, instead of being in it, it's taught you to just like I feel hibernation, like not deal with it at all. It's like the opposite. So you need to open your vision to a wider universe right here. Here, I'll put it up close. See how she's on her horse, right? Horses represent freedom. It's a white horse, so it represents purity. It represents strength, right? Look how she's looking up at this bird, right? This bird is guiding her somewhere. And I feel like this is the present, your present higher self, right? Trying to guide you. And you're like, you're not answering, and it is due to, I feel, this past life energy. You may feel like you don't have the strength. You don't have the strength to open up this door and shine your light out into the world. There's a cat on this card, so I feel like you could have a cat as a pet or as a totem animal that you could be feeling drawn to. The cats are very healing, especially when they start purring. They're very healing. That's why whenever they're ill, they purr a lot, because it's very healing and soothing for them as well. So let's pull another card for present. Yeah, yep. So there's a reflection, an emotional reflection that is happening to you. So a deep reflection into your emotions, right? Into your emotions when it comes to this authority figure. Okay, so reflecting back to you, people who were cruel to you, people who were power hungry or abusive, people who made you succumb to using fear and their will to fear something, push your buttons, cause a lot of fear, intimidate you, causing you to bow down to other people's rules instead of standing up for yourself and developing these phobias, right? So in a present moment, this is being reflected back to you. That's why this person, your soul, is knocking at you. And what you are doing is you're refusing to see it for what it is what I see here. So look, we have a 10 and then we have a 19, which also adds up to a 10. So it's about completing important cycles. And this is a very important time for you, Earth sign, whoever chose star number 1. This card indicates a canceled or a changed trip. But however, it often goes much deeper than that. Water, the symbol of your emotional energy, is now on top. It washes over you, blocking your reflective experience and disrupting your life's journey. Exactly right there. Blocking your reflective experience. You're not acknowledging it. And your soul is knocking at you, saying, hello, are you going to answer this door, right? I'm knocking at you. I'm telling you what is wrong with you, and you're ignoring it. And it's disrupting your present situation. You may have been experiencing an inner battle between your emotional needs and your intuitive voice, and that's exactly what you're doing. It's an inner battle, an emotional battle, and it's very, very important. It's a very, very important part of your life's journey in this life. And your emotions are winning, right? Because look, you're not even bothering to answer it. And you know it's nagging at you. It's pulling at you. It's pulling very hard at you. The astral energy that feeds your psychic sensitivity can get lost when the lower emotions take over. It's time to look within and understand the emotional storms that are influencing you. Do they stem from lack or fear? Find out what motives your emotional ups and downs. Meditate to reconnect to your source. When you're calm, the emotional seas, you will again be illuminated from above. And that is exactly what is happening. It's this authority figure. It's about the things that you have been through in this past life. That have abused you, that have caused you to fear authority, caused you to feel bowed down to other people's rules instead of standing up for yourself. And it's called conflict phobias. So you negate your own emotional needs in order to avoid upsetting the boat, right? Turning it upside down, capsizing the boat. So what you're doing is you're ignoring that. You're denying what's being reflected back to you, what's calling at you. You are ignoring it. And it has a lot to do with this past life. Being abused, being forced to bow down to other people's rules, right? Not having the courage and the freedom to protect yourself, to take your power back from the situation. All right, so that's what's happening presently. So now what we're going to do is pull up a little bit about the lessons that your soul is experiencing in this life. What are some lessons that your soul is experiencing in this life? What is the most important lesson that your soul is experiencing in this life? Well, that didn't take long. Judgment. Judge, authority figures. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Authority, judge. Remember I said right off the bat, judgment. So it's the biggest lesson that you are learning in this life is judgment. Judgment of yourself, judgment of other people. And it all stems from this life. Authority, judge. Remember I said that reminds me of a judge's hammer. Poof, coming down. So that is the biggest lesson that you are learning in this life is judgment of yourself, judgment of other people. I feel like it's self-judgment is what I feel. You feel like you just don't have the courage to stand your ground. You don't want to rock the boat or capsize the boat, so you'd rather just hold everything in and keep yourself separated. Where your soul is really knocking on that door and he's trying to get your attention. He's trying to show you the light, illuminate that shadow of emotion that you are carrying from this life and show you how strong and courageous that you can be and that you're protected. So your soul, right, is saying, look, we're going to show you something. We're going to show you from a higher perspective about the reason and the purpose for this lesson, for this life. And it was all part of the plan, right? It was all part of the plan. And this plan was to give you the strength and make you strong spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally. All right. So let's go ahead and see what's your soul's advice about the future. So we're going to pull one future card. And Crescent Moon, 6 of Keys. So you got 3 and 6, which is a 9. A 9 and a 10 is 19. So there you got it. You got a double 19, or or you got 2 10s and a 9, which is 29, which is 11. So this is about mastering something. So mastering your trade, right? Because here he is working underneath this crescent moon. The windows are open. You know, there's a nice breeze blowing. He's working hard. He's creating, so it has something to do with, in this life moving into the future, that you're being handed the keys that's unlocking something within you when it comes to something that you've been working at, or something that you want to do. So regardless, it's keys, right? Let's go back. What does keys mean? I missed it. Anyways, it's about your power, right? Taking back your power. Keys, values, wealth, success, worth, abundance, career, authority, confidence, achievement, and power that you can experience and express in your life. And taking responsibility, shouldering the responsibility in life. And you're being given a key, an authority over, I feel, something that you want to create. All right, the wealth that you want to create, the success that you want to create. You're learning your worth, right? You're not judging yourself. Why? Because now you're starting to feel worthy for the things that you've been working at. And you realize the strength, right? You went from 3 keys to 6 keys moving into future. So, a man works diligently sculpting a bust in his workroom. Behind him is a large window that overlooks the rolling hills of a harbor city. The moon in the sky points left, growing to full. It's called the increscent moon. So it points back to judgment and the strength that and the courage that you gained in this past life, and why it's such a major lesson in this life. Why you're having a hard time with it. The waxing moon on the card shows an exciting time of increase, abundance, and growth. Your efforts have combined with external circumstances, and even the stars have aligned. If things have been financially tight for you recently, relax. There is great opportunity for increase and fulfillment in every way, financially, creatively, and even in your reputation and prestige. So just do your work and get ready to receive. Because you got something knocking at your soul, helping you to reflect on the strength and the courage that you truly have. So what advice do you have for whoever chose star number 1? What's the advice that your soul, what's some advice from star number 1, element of earth, soul? What advice would you give? What advice does the soul have for them? What advice does the soul, what does the soul want to know? Yep, look at this. Beautiful. I graciously accept the infinite love of the universe. Grace. And that's exactly what you're doing with the increscent moon. The power to create from infinite love, right? Infinite love. Because you gained the wisdom, the strength. You've played the game, right? You played the game. You won. Now it's time in this life to allow this emotion to be released. Don't be afraid to stand your ground because you're protected. You need to take a step back and observe. If there's some drama going on, don't judge. Just take that step back, right? Be an outsider looking in and keep your opinions to yourself, right? But also, if it's against you, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and defend yourself. You got the freedom, right? You got the strength. So you have this major calling, right? Even your soul is telling you, we're calling you. We're calling you to seek the judgment. Don't judge yourself. Somebody else's journey is their journey. Your journey is your journey. Theirs is theirs. Each journey is unique. Even from this life into this now present life is unique. So your soul okay, so your soul is giving you advice. What are they giving you advice on? What's the purpose? What is your purpose in this life? What is your purpose in this life? Why is your soul giving you the advice of grace? What is your purpose in this life? Protected heart's desires. Yes, I see the protection. You are safe and supported while you change your career. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and put the grace here and put these two here. So your purpose is to allow yourself to feel safe and supported in the changes that you are making in your career, right? Future, 6 of Keys, unlocking the doors of success and wealth in the things that you have been creating in your life. Your dreams are safe and supported by your spirit team in this life, right? That's why you have the grace card. So your soul is telling you, be gracious and understanding with yourself, right? Don't judge yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Angels, guides, and spiritual guardians are watching over you and cherishing you. Kindly honor the reality of others, right? They're watching over you. Angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you. You are safe and supported. Right there it is. Angels and guides and spiritual guardians are watching over you and cherishing you. Yes, they are. While they watch you make changes in your career, the things that you've been working on and building and creating as a trade become a reality. So your purpose in this life is protected. Well, I don't even think I need to read it because it's already there, right? Your heart's desires are divinely protected. So be grateful, right? Be grateful for the strength that you have gained in this life. Be grateful for the game, because if it wasn't for the game, you wouldn't have realized your personal power. So your higher self is really knocking at your door and trying to get you to let go of this emotion of self-judgment, because they're handing you the keys to unlock your change that you desire, that hits you right in the heart space, making your dreams become reality. They are supporting you and they are assisting with making these things come true for you. That's why you got the 6 of Keys. Alright, so that is your past life reading and how it's affecting your present energy for pick a star number 1. So we're going to go ahead and thank you for watching. Blessed be. Alright, pick a star number 2 for the element of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node or South Node, or if you are just guided here to watch it. This is pick a star number 2. If you chose 1 or 3, by all means, they are time stamped. You can go right to your video. This past life video is for those of you who maybe did not feel comfortable doing the hypnotherapy past life regression hypnotherapy session. So this is for those of you who would rather have it card form, or maybe you may want to go over and check out the hypnotherapy after you pick your star. Either or does not matter to me. All right, so here we go. Pick a star number 2 for the element of earth. The past life energy, the door that you're walking into, and the purpose of this past life is these 2 cards. So you got knighthood. So you were a knight in this life, in this past life, in this door. So the knight is coming through, knighthood. So right off the bat, I feel knight, you could have been a knight in this, well, of course, a knight in this life. Once a knight, always a knight. You receive this card as a validation of your inner knighthood. Whether you're a man or a woman in this life, you have the heart and the mind of a knight. Most likely, you've long had a fascination with tales and images of knights. You may collect knight figures, decorate with knight-colored artwork, or even dress up as a knight during costume parties. In relationships and careers, you're drawn to defend those who are weak or vulnerable. You may choose a profession that puts you into a guardian or a protector role. It's essential that you only work for organizations that you fully believe in. As a knight, you're loyal to those who earn your respect. Otherwise, you're not happy. All right. So the purpose for this knighthood in this past life is nutrition. You conduct healing work with your culinary skills. Alrighty, so you could have been a chef. Maybe knighthood, this is something you could maybe you did healing. Maybe you worked with herbs in this knighthood. Maybe you were a knight in a maybe you had some sort of a coven, or a coven or a group of people that you conducted healing work with. Maybe did herbal work, healing medicines. But you were very good at it, is what I feel. You were very, very good at it. So nutrition. So the purpose of this knighthood was nutrition. Is to okay. The angels say that you're a food alchemist, which means that you create divine magic through the dishes that you make and your nutritional knowledge. You may counsel others on how to adopt a healthful diet and demonstrate the skill for your friends, family members, or clients. Perhaps you're guided to write a cookbook, run a restaurant, or prepare delicious recipes for others. Your interests may also lead you to study nutrition and teach about its importance. You're a sensitive person who's affected by the foods and beverages you consume in this knighthood, in this life as a knight. You've noticed that your energy and moods waver according to what you eat or drink because you've paid attention to these nutritional links to your own emotional and physical health. You've learned firsthand what you take in your body affects you. This may compel you to read books or even enroll in classes on the topic. You may even earn a nutritional degree as a knighthood, and which will enable you to help others. As you call upon the healing angels' help, you find that unhealthy cravings are replaced with an appetite for healthful meals and drinks. This too is a process that you can teach others. So I feel like you could have been a teacher. You could have been teaching the knights. You could have been defending people and teaching them what makes their body weak, right? How to teach them how to eat healthier foods. Teaching them perhaps how to cook. So you were a protector, right? You were a guardian, and you worked. You totally believed in your healing abilities with your food skills. You totally did. And it's like you may have been a knighthood. You could have been seen as a knight, but I feel like this was something. I feel like you were kind of a leader of some sort. And I feel like you were loyal to this, to being this protector, to teaching, to guiding, to protecting and healing the people that you perhaps watched over, or protected. I feel like too you could have very well taught classes, perhaps at night, did night classes, teaching people in this life, probably teaching people the good stuff and the bad stuff. I feel like I'm seeing somebody who's like using, I can't think of what it's called, but where you crush the herbs and blend them. I feel like you were teaching people how to make healing salves and what's good for what ailments. I do feel that you possibly have even written a book in this life about this life. You could have even went as far as maybe remember it and write a book in this life. Maybe you're still carrying this culinary skill into this life. This is something. But you were a knight, and the reason for being this knight is so that you could guide people, teach people healing, food, like what's good for you, what's not good for you, how to pay attention to your body, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull some Akashic Tarot. We're going to dig in a little bit deeper to this life, this past life. And then we're going to go into the present situation. And then we're going to go into a future energy card. So let's go ahead. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle these up. We'll pick a star number 2 for the element of earth. And we're going to cut them in 3 piles. One pile is going to be the past pile. The second pile is going to be the present pile. And the third pile will be future. So we're going to start off with the past life. Let's get a little bit more about this past life energy for the element of earth. Okay. Okay. So usually the top of the pile is the most present energy. But I'm going to use it as a past life pile. The last pile is the future, and then the middle pile here is the present energy. So past life. 4 of Roses, views of the ego. So Roses is about our relationships, but it's also about our emotions as well. So 4 of Roses. So let me tell you a little bit about the Roses energy. Let them to this one. So the Roses are relationships, emotions, family, children, homes, personal and inner conflicts, and communities in life. So we are talking about knighthood, right? So this was a community. You were perhaps the community of knights, or a knight in this community, or maybe even looked at as a knight, or even somebody who is overprotective. Maybe they called you a knight because you were protective and you offered healing guidance, okay? Throughout history, rose has been a frequent icon used as heraldry, adorning the crests of the royal and noble families across Europe. Knights, right? So the rose has been frequent icon heraldry, adorning the crescents of the royal. Look at the crescents, right? So you were royalty. Um, It represents not only the family, but also those who have affinity with the family. The beauty of the rose's petals and the sharpness of its thorns reflect a range of personal experiences that can belong to heart, home, and community. So I feel that you could have been part of this family, this community of knights where they keep telling me knights of the round table, but I don't know if that's myth or if that's real. But in this life as a knight, right, you could have been their chef. Okay. And there was something that could have happened that hurt your emotions. All right. So the Four of Roses. So roses, and it's called Views of the Ego. But if you look on the card here, there is somebody standing in a mirror. They're looking in and seeing a reflection of something. There's 3 guys standing there. So I feel like there could be something reflected back to you, or maybe reflected back to this person as a knighthood that you were a cook for. Alright, so the tolerance of self-serving person's behavior has come to an end. You have realized that some lack in your own definition of self has attracted this person who is unable to give. You are ready to give to yourself. You are now more aware of your priorities, and you're ready to take the action that honors you. No longer are you willing to be neglected or minimized. You might falter a little bit, but be strong and take the steps to put this person behind you. During this time, whenever your ego causes you to feel lack in your life, say thank you for the reminder to turn to your eternal truth in that moment. Say to yourself, abundance is a condition of my life. Fill yourself with the love and the power that are inexhaustible. It is only when you treat yourself better that you declare to the universe that you deserve better. Alright. So in this life, there was somebody who was self-serving, somebody who was very egotistical. And I feel like it's because they were the knight, right? And I feel like you had this amazing culinary skills. Like you were very good at what you created in the kitchen. Look at all the different pots, right? There's bread. There's pots filled here with yumminess, right? So you were a very good cook. You were a very good healer. I feel like you used healing herbs. You made potions. You made salves, tonic. You worked with tonics. You created healing agents out of plants and herbs, is what I feel. And you were very, very good at that. And I feel like I feel like what you did was you did what you had to do to put this person behind you. That's why this is in reverse. So this person was a knight. They were very possessive and self-possessive, self-serving. And I feel like the purpose of this life was to fill yourself with the love and the power of your personal skills. You learn to what? Pay attention to your feelings. Pay attention to how certain foods make you feel. Take care of your needs. And that way, what you did was you showed the universe that you deserve better. So I feel like, and if you look, there's multiple people, 1, 2, 3, and we're talking about knighthood. So You know there's not always one night. There's always a group or a community of nights. So I feel like they just didn't appreciate you. They just didn't appreciate your skills. And what it did was it hurt you. It hurt you. And you feel that this person was unable to give you compliments, to give you, to treat you well. So you're saying, you know what, you are no longer letting this person neglect or make you feel less than. And you are realizing the strength of your own body by changing your diet. So I don't know, but there's food coming through. Like, I feel like it's not as much food as you eat as the healing salve. Because that's what they're showing me. You using that mortar and pestle, crushing up them herbs and making paste out of it. And giving it to the knights to heal their wounds after battle. That's what I feel. All right, so I feel like what you did was you viewed these knights in their ego ways. I don't know, kind of feel like somebody could have lied about you. I don't know. That's kind of like what I'm feeling. Okay, I will. All right, one of keys, the architect. Okay, so it's in reverse. So keys are about success, right? The value of the situation. So I feel like this person did not value you because these are both in reverse. What I feel like they did was, instead of building you up, I feel like what they did was they put you down. They made you feel less than, and it was their own ego that made them do it. And that's because they were a knight. I feel like they had this power struggle, right? I feel like they abused their power, and I feel like it played on your emotions. And I feel like instead of building you up, what they did was they tore you down. They busted up the things that you were building when it comes to your healing abilities and using the herbs and spices, what we now today call weeds, as healing tools. That's what I feel. I feel like you were trying to build a business out of it. And I feel like these people, this knighthood, these people in this community of knights, they just busted you up. It was a major challenge for you. But I feel like that's the lesson. That's the lesson. So that's a little bit about that life. I feel like it was key to this life as well. So keys, one of keys. So the suit of keys represents I need to mark these. Well, anyways, keys is wealth, values, wealth, success, worth, abundance, career, authority, confidence, achievement, and the power you can experience and express in your life. So I feel like they just didn't value your skills. They didn't value your knowledge in when it comes to herbs and that. I feel like they just didn't value you. I feel like they pointed the finger at you, and it was because of their own ego that they were reflecting this upon you. And I feel like they felt very powerful when they did so, is what I feel. Um, and I feel like that's why perhaps it was key. It was a very important lesson. Plans have changed or perhaps have even fallen through. There may be things that you can't seem to control, or maybe you've lost your belief in your own talent and authority. And it caused you to believe in your healing ability using these herbs, using knowing the wisdom about this nutrition. It caused you to lose confidence because they didn't value your talents. Even a particularly large task lies before you, don't just give up. It's time to wake up to your power and work the plan. If the plan is a state of collapse, start a new one, or at least consider some actions that you can take to reclaim your power and start anew. And that's exactly what you are doing or have did. So this person, and that's why they pointed the finger at you, because it was their own ego, their own emotions that they were reflecting upon you, which actually they needed to look at themselves. So, because they pointed the finger at you, it caused you to lose confidence, lose belief within yourself, to give up. You lost belief in this talent, being able to do this. All right, so now I understand why they wanted me to pull another one. All right, so that's the past energy. Let's see what's happening in the present. Yeah, wishes fulfilled. So in the present moment, we get the 5 of Keys. So now it makes you feel that you don't deserve in this life to have your wishes fulfilled, because it didn't happen in a past life. Somebody busted down your emotions, pointed the finger at you, made you feel less than, told you wasn't no good, right? Now in this life, you don't feel deserving of your wishes. Initiation and the Count of Saint Germain. So in this present moment, here we are. You are going through an initiation process. So 5 of Keys. Your dreams may feel as if they are somewhere off in the distance, but they don't have to be so elusive. You must work to change your circumstances as well as your responses to them. Don't define yourself in lack, and don't go on the defensive. Remain strong and steadfast in your little victories and your inner abundance. The most important key to getting your wishes fulfilled is the power inside you. Keep working on your dreams, and your dreams will start working for you. So you need to work on your responses, because this past life energy really broke you down. It busted you hard. It broke your dreams. Like, it busted your bubble and broke your dreams. So in the present moment, it makes you want to go on the defense, right? Makes you want to sit on the defensive post and give away your power to change your circumstances. You feel you can't change your circumstances, but that's because you go on the defensive. So you are meant to, in the present moment, to remain strong, right? To remain strong. And that is your challenge, to change that. A 5. 5s are challenging. Changes that can be made, but there comes a challenge with that change. So you're being challenged to change your circumstances in the present moment. Instead of being on the defense, get out of your own way, right? Get out of your own way and keep working on your dreams. Is the field to getting your wishes fulfilled is the power inside you, right? So inside you don't feel worthy. You feel like you're never going to succeed. And it all comes from this past life community of knights who pointed the finger at you, who busted down your dreams, right? It was their own ego, self-centeredness that was the problem. It wasn't you. You were good at doing what you were doing. You were good at conducting healing work with herbs and spices. And I feel like if you look on this card, look on the table, there's all kinds of items. There's fruits, vegetables, right? Flowers. Underneath it too, there's all kinds of vegetables and fruits. And that's what the nutrition is about, right? So I feel for some of you, you could be wanting to do some sort of holistic culinary, like make teas, make herb blended natural teas. You could be some sort of a dietitian perhaps in this life. You're wanting to start your own business using maybe bath bombs or salves with natural herbs, or make natural oils. There's so many different things that you can do with flowers and herbs and vegetables and fruits. With dandelions. Dandelions are so freaking healthy, but people look at them as weeds, So I feel like in this life, you may want to make holistic foods. And it is something that you've been dreaming about and desiring. But with this career change, right, that you want to build, there comes a challenge. And the challenge is don't be so defensive, right? Don't be so defensive. And allow the power inside you to create the dreams that you want to. So it's all about your power. All right, so 14, we have the initiation of Saint Germain. Standing among the pillars within a beautiful temple, the ascended master Count Saint Germain sends his light and energy to the four robed people who stand before him. It is time for their initiation. This card represents your initiation. It is much more than a change or even a transformation. It's nothing less than your movement into higher revelations of power, insight, and achievement. And the time is now. So you're going through an initiation process. That's why it's so important for you to not be so defensive. Yeah. Some loss of lower vibrational relationships, jobs, or activities may be required in order to lift you to the new heights and power that awaits you. So something has to fall away for something to fall into place in the present moment with this initiation. Your initiation can be aided by meditation and study, as well as by connecting to the Ascended Masters with whom you have worked for centuries upon centuries. Know that you have shared purposes and activities with the Masters, even if you aren't certain of what they are yet. The disciplines you create now during your initiation and the work you do with the Masters will lift your service to the world and to all humankind. This is a time of enormous uplifting. First in your energy and evolution, then in your manifestation out of reality. The power that you hold within will impact every part of your life. So don't be so defensive, because what's going to happen is you're going to attract that defensive energy back to you. Instead, remain strong and steadfast in your little victories and your inner abundance. Feel more abundant for the things that are falling away. Feel grateful for the things that don't work, because when something don't work, that means the divine has something better for you. So I feel for some of you, again, you are going to be this master healer, and you are going to learn to work with the herbs and spices for healing in this life is what I feel. All right, so let's go ahead and put that to the side. That part is done. So what is a lesson? A major lesson that star number 2 is learning in this life. What is a major soul lesson that star number 2 is learning in this life? Major lesson that star number 2 is learning in this life. Fear and regret. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay. So letting go of the regret. Instead of being on the defensive because you regret doing something, they're telling you your lesson is to know that you can't change the past. You can't change this past life, right? You can't change this past life. The only thing that you can do is stop being defensive for the things that got changed. Maybe your plans got changed, or something that you were building didn't quite go. It didn't quite get off the ground. There's a reason for that. So let it go, right? And fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. That is where your initiation is coming from. We have 14, which is another 5, right? So you're being challenged and tested to resolve the regret, right? Because you can't change the past. Resolve it. And to learn to live in the energy of love, not fear. Fear of maybe stepping into the unknown, maybe not quite knowing what the divine has up their plan. You just know that what you were trying to build could not get off the ground because there's something better coming for you. So that is, wow, that is the lesson that you're learning in this life. So the final card represents the future. We're going to pull the future card, 6 of Forces, the waterfall. So this is about your power source. Forces is about the energy, the power within you. You got the waterfall in the upright position. So this is about learning how to control your power and to focus it. Focus your power where you want to go and create the things that you want to create. So forces, again, that's about your power source. The forces, your energy, your conscious, unconscious, your subconscious. Okay. It's all about the energy, the consciousness, the natural law. The natural law states that consciousness creates reality and energy attracts like energy. Exactly. So when you're on the defense, you're attracting defense because of fear. When you live in the energy of love, you attract love. These vital powers are forces in the physical and etheric worlds and in your life as well. When you find these cards in a spread, they are not only referencing the outer events in your life, but they are also giving you guidance about the energy within and around you. So within you, the power, energy of your emotions, the power of your emotional energy within you, and how they create the outer events in your life. So when you're on a defense, right, and it's because you regret or fear something and you put yourself on a defensive energy, what it does is it blocks your wishes, right? It blocks your wishes. something that you've been wishing for. So you're going through an initiation of consciousness, and it's showing you how you create your reality, how the energy you put out attracts the energy back to you. So, Six of Forces. A towering waterfall roars down into a beautiful body of water. In the upright position, this card reminds you of your incredible personal power and supports you in opening up to the force within. Know that you are a dynamo in the universe. You have the ability to shape any situation in a way that honors you and moves your life forward. The element of water is fluid. Like the waterfall, your personal energy never stops. Your life force is never ending. It springs from your eternal past and roars into your limitless future, extending in the farthest reaches of the universe. It is a time of deep thought and even deeper emotions, as well as an expansion of psychic energy. Use this time to act on these and tap into your power that is ever overflowing. That's the initiation. It's like you're leveling up, right? So when you manifest from regret and fear, you attract that energy back to you. But when you manifest, right, you manifest from a place of love, of balance, of centeredness. Guess what you do? You manifest your wishes. All right. So beautiful. So we don't need that no more. So that's your future energy. Beautiful. Acknowledging that power within you, the power of your emotions. All right. So we're going to pull some advice from your soul and your purpose. So what is your purpose in this life? What is your purpose in this life? What is your soul's purpose in this life? Pick a star number 2. Your soul's purpose in this life. Pick a star number 2 for the element of earth. Okay. Body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage, therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training, right? Conducting healing work with your culinary skills. Healing work, right? Energy healing. Physical therapy, exercise, massage. But your life purpose in this life, see how the knots are out in there? I feel like you could be a druid. You could be some sort of, like, I want to say witch doctor, but not witch doctor. Part of a community in this life, and your status in the community is healing, nutrition, salves, massage therapy, using your own personal oils, right, in healing work, doing energy healing using herbs, physical therapy, yoga. You could even be doing yoga, teaching things. So that is your purpose in this life. So what advice does your soul have for you? What advice does your soul have for you for pick a star number 3? Definitely healing work. So you could be a Reiki master. You could be a Reiki master. You could be an herbalist. A massage therapist using your own homemade oils, making body oils and using them as massage therapists. Alright, so what advice does your soul have for you for star number 2? What advice? What advice? Oh my, that's too many. What advice? I'll take 2, but not 5. Alright. opening and awakening. All right, so advice. Your soul's advice is, I am open to receiving the gifts of the universe. Awakening. I am joyously awake and aware and ready for anything. So that's why you're going through that initiation process, is it's causing your soul to awaken and become aware and ready to receive the gifts from the universe. So that is the advice of your soul. That's why they're showing you the key to receiving your wishes is to stop being defensive, to tap into your own personal power, right? That way you can create your own, I feel like, open up perhaps your own business, right? So you're spiritually awakening, and that's why you're going through this initiation process. And it's preparing you to tap into your personal power and open up your heart, right? To live in the energy of love. Opening your heart to receive the gift of love and the gifts from the universe that they're trying to offer you. Okay. All right. So there you go. Pick star number 2. I hope that resonated. Thank you for watching. Hi everybody, for those of you who picked star number 3 for the element of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Sun, Moon, Rising, North or South Node, or if you're just guided to this message. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up door number 3, see what life they are taking you to, and show you the purpose of this life. So, what's medicine man or woman? So, right off the bat, I feel Native American energy, because here you are with a dream catcher. So, you could have created dream catchers. Dream catchers, what they do is they catch nightmares, right? That's why the webs in the center catches nightmares. And what it does is it protects you. So the purpose of it, children. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. So I feel like that's what you did. You healed children. So you could have been some sort of a pediatrician in this life, helping to heal little kids. That was your primary purpose. And I feel like you also taught your children and other people's children the ways of this medicine man and woman in the Native American days. So medicine man or woman. This card reveals your past lifetime as a healer. So that's exactly what you did. You healed children and you taught them. You brought this knowledge forward, and it is now embedded within your unconscious. This is why you have an instinctive knowledge of healing as well as a natural healing gift. You drew this card to help you gain confidence as a healer. Perhaps you're considering taking classes or entering a healing profession. This card indicates that you have a soul connection to this topic. While there's never a guarantee of absolute success, you have a passion and a calling for healing that could form the basis of a successful practice. So what I feel is you are very, very successful in this past life, and your specialty was healing children. And I feel like what you did was you helped them with nightmares, because you're holding that dream catcher. You helped them with nightmares, and you taught them the reason. You taught them the ways of your days, of what you have learned. You even perhaps taught them how to make dream catchers as well, making it more personal to them. I feel like that you were highly admired by children as well. So that was your purpose in this life. Your purpose was to heal children. to teach them, to help them, to teach them how to heal, to teach them your ways. Pass down that wisdom and knowledge is what I see here. So what we're going to do now is, well, drop the Akashic Tarot all over the floor is one thing. Okay. So I think I got them all. Make sure. Yes. Okay. Wow. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle up these cards. We're going to put them in 3 piles. One pile is going to be the past life energy. The second pile will be the present energy. And the third pile will be the future. So let's shuffle these up real good. This is a beautiful life. I feel like you were very successful in a career as a healer. I feel like you were highly admired by all the children in your tribe. Alright. I feel one more and then it should be good. So this is past. Present. Alright, so this is the past life card. The Akashic Library, but it's in reverse. So in this past life, I feel like you had to learn a lot. I feel like you could have had a mentor around you as well. So Akashic Library, I feel too, I feel like you had to learn the hard way. So with the Akashic Library in reverse, that puzzles me because I feel like you were very good at what you did. So let's go ahead. Past life. With this card reversed, a stairway leads farther and farther downward. Although you may feel you're in a state of confusion, it is time to go deeper. The books of your Akashic knowledge may have been toppled, but they are always in reach. You may have stepped away from the psychic guidance from your inner sage. Perhaps there's been a disruption in your life, or maybe just a distraction. In either event, it's time to cast a renewed light on your past and on your inner discovery. Seek now to tap into the power within and through the records. Start today by writing a declaration of release from the things that you have been muddling your clarity. Close your eyes and see them all disperse. With just a little effort, the book of your own Akashic record, which seems to have leaned face down, can be righted and written upon by you. So I feel like this is just a special little message for those of you who chose 3. They want you to go grab a book and open that book, the book that compels you to do so, and let it fall to any page. Read a passage there and reflect on the words throughout your day. Determine whether a relationship or a situation in your life it addresses. And don't assume, come on, Loke. I'm trying to read, baby. Don't assume that it's the one that's most urgently on your mind. The Akashic forces are active in every part of your life, and your books are actually a part of the Akashic Library. So basically, I feel like it's a message to you in the present moment. When you come across this video, you can stop the video and come back to it. And go get that book and open it up, because I feel like you have a question. I feel like what you do is you question your purpose in this life. You may question the fact that you are a healer. You may feel called to perhaps learn the Native American ways. I do feel strong Native American. You may be called to do so. You may be called to teach or even learn something. through a book or perhaps read a book about healing. Okay, so I just feel like Spirit, in this lifetime, I feel like you may have felt confused. You could have had children, and I feel maybe whoever is resonating with us, I feel like you could have had children in this past life, and you went into a state of depression because maybe something happened to that child, and you felt like you should have been able to heal them, and you didn't, and something happened to them, and your whole world toppled over. It's like you blocked your access to your soul, right, to your intuition. Because I don't feel like you were just a medicine man or a woman. I don't feel that you were just that. I feel like you were high on the chain, so to speak. I also feel for some of you, you could have had this gift, this ability, like sort of a psychic ability almost, to tap into this library of information, and you may have got so involved in your purpose that you literally just kind of like blocked that out, is something else that I feel. So stepped away from your psychic guidance in your inner sage. That's what I feel. Something happened perhaps to a child that you may have birthed in this life, and it caused your world to crumble because you feel you should have been able to heal them. And what it did was, this event caused you to step away from your inner medicine, your inner healing abilities. But I feel like what you could do, though, I feel like in this life, that's why that message come through about a relationship. What I feel it did was it caused you to doubt your healing abilities. So I feel like when you go pick up this book, it's going to reflect back to you perhaps what is blocking a situation in this life. All right. So that's past life energy. Let me see if I can figure out what it was. See if it'll come through. Yep, look at Oracle Delphi. Yeah, it blocked your psychic abilities. I feel, like I said, you were more than just a medicine, a man, or a woman. I feel priestess energy or priest energy. You were there. You were very, like, you were well known. Like, people admired you. People followed you. And I feel like you were teaching. You could have taught people. I feel like when I say high priest or priestess, I'm getting the Hierophant card pop in my head. There was a lot of wisdom. You carried a lot of wisdom within your soul. And something happened that caused your world to crash. And what you did was you gave up on your gifts and your talents. You gave up on it. And I feel like it had something to do with your child. I feel like your child also, this could have carried on to your child, or maybe you've seen it. Because this Oracle of Delphi, this is somebody who goes into kind of like a trance. And a remote viewing is what I feel with this Oracle of the Delphi is about, remote viewing. And then somebody stands there and writes down the things that you see and the things that you say. And they record it. And then it goes into the Akashic Library. So I feel for some of you, you could have perhaps did a past life. Maybe you could see into a past life. You went into this trance and you've seen a past life. Maybe a past life where you had a child die in that life. And in this life, maybe you were able to complete that karmic cycle and be able to heal and teach kids, teach them your ways. So that's what I feel. And then we have a 1 and a 2, which adds up to 3, which is about stepping into your healing power. So I feel like you're a channeler. You are a channeler, definitely 100% a energy channeler in this life, and something happened that broke that healing power. That's what I see. So let's go ahead and tap into the present energy. Yeah, Queen of Roses. You are definitely high up on the chain. I feel, so here you are coming into the present situation as the Queen of Roses and the views of the ego. So definitely something being reflected back to you from that life. And I feel like it has to do, see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, and then the person reflected in the mirror. That could have been the 4th child. So Queen of Roses, here you are standing with your back towards the 4 of Roses. So there's a lot of emotions coming through in the present moment is what I see here. A lot of emotions. But I feel like here you are facing this Oracle of the Delphi. I feel like you're facing what's being reflected back to you emotionally. You're viewing it. That your own emotions was the ego that was blocking you is what I see here. So presently, Queen of Roses. So first of all, the suit of roses is about relationships, emotions, family, children, homes, personal and inner conflicts, and communities in life. So the rose has been frequent icon used in heraldry, adorning the crest of the royal and noble families across Europe. It represents not only the family, but also those who have affinity with that family. The beauty of the rose's petals and the sharpness of its thorns reflect the range of personal experiences that can belong to the heart, home, and community. So we already have children up here, right? Queen of Roses. So we already have children placed in the past life position as purpose, something with children. So we have the suit of roses is the Queen of Roses. So in this life, you could want children, and maybe you can't have them. That is something that just came through. So roses, scrolls, roses. This card shows a beautiful woman with roses in her hair and all around her. A beautiful scene expands outside, but she is peacefully focusing on the flower in her hand. The Queen of Roses signifies a woman who is loving and supportive, but with a passionate side as well. This is a card of loving connection. A relationship with someone you know may deepen and become more meaningful, or someone new may appear. Be open to the connection. It may be a romantic one, or it might be that of a friend, family member, or a co-worker is going to be helpful and valuable to you in some way. The Queen of Roses can represent you or a woman in your life stepping into the role of a wife or a mother at this time. It's a time for loving energy to be voiced. This card upright sometimes shows a happy resolution to a difficulty with family, a friend, or love relationship. The time for peaceful, loving connection is at hand. So open your heart to the expression of caring within and around you. So I feel that this has a lot to do in the present moment with a child. You could be pregnant, right? You could be very well pregnant. Maybe you were unable to have children in this past life. Or like I said, maybe a child, you had a child and it passed away at birth, could have been stillborn. And you felt that you should have been able to heal this child. And you carried this emotion from this past life into the present life. And now I feel that you are looking at a soul level for an answer. You're looking into that flower, right? Looking into that flower. Oh, come on, Luke. You're looking into that flower with passion in your heart, with stable emotion. All right, so 4 of Roses. Three people stand together before a full-length mirror. The man in the center gazes keenly at himself, and it seems his reflection is looking back with a superior air. His is the sole reflection to be seen in the mirror. This card shows that there may be a thoughtless, selfish person in your life, whether in love, friendship, family, or a business partnership. This person is self-absorbed and makes plans only in terms of how they affect him or her. They may have lingered too long, repeatedly giving to this person. You may have lingered too long, repeatedly giving to this person, even though you haven't received much in return. You've tolerated the dismissiveness because you kept hoping things would get better, and perhaps you were too afraid to step away. You're called now to be aware. This person is unlikely to change, and you may be delaying the inevitable. Take an honest look in your mirror and see how staying in this relationship affects your future. So, what I have to say is, here you are, right? Turning your back to this person. Turning your back to this person and facing the knowledge that you have within you, the psychic awareness that you have within you. Because why? Because you're the queen, right? You're the queen here. You are standing in your emotional power. You are allowing your passion for life to take you, give you the courage to turn your back to this person who is being dismissive of you. You are learning to value your own emotions. Feel worthy of better than what you are being given. You're worthy of stability. Alright, so that is what I see. I feel like you want children in this life, is what I feel. I feel like you definitely want children in this life. But this person is too immature to give you what you want. You are passionate about wanting children, wanting to be a mother. But this person is very dismissive of your wants and needs. That's what I feel. I feel like you want children. This is something that is coming through from a past life, because I feel like in this life you felt shortchanged. You didn't get what you wanted. So in this life, you are listening more to your intuition, and you are trusting the flow of your intuition, and you know that you have the passion to create what you desire to love, right? There you are, holding that one single rose. You know that what you love and desire can definitely come about. So I do feel like you want children, but this person is just dismissive of your wants and needs, is what I see here. So what we're going to do now is, what is a lesson that you are learning in this life? For pick a star number 3. What is a lesson you are learning in this life? Pick a star number 3. What's a lesson you are learning in this life? Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So yeah, again, a lesson that you are learning is what needs to end, right? the death of this relationship, turning your back to it, is actually closing the door to this this childish, egotistical energy, the self-absorbing energy. And what you are doing is understanding that what needs to end is actually just clearing the way for something new, right? Something new. So, okay, well, let's keep going. All right, so we're going to pull a future card, and then we're going to get some advice. So, future energy, Two of Forces, the Willow. So the Willow is, if you look, first of all, Willow represents water. Roses represents emotion. So there's a lot of emotions. The Willow also has to have water to survive. That's why it's right next to this body of water. So it's going to actually give you the power to find that sense of balance, to be more in the flow. So that's future energy. So let's go ahead and read it. So forces is your power, your conscious. It's all about energy, consciousness, and natural law. Natural law states that consciousness creates reality and energy attracts like energy. These vital powers are forces in the physical and etheric worlds and in your life as well. When you find these cards in your spread, they are not only referencing the outer events in your life, but they're also giving you guidance about the energy within and around you. All right, so let's go ahead and Two of Forces. A big, beautiful willow tree stands in the summer sun. This stately tree is strong and flexible, and this card upright is telling you that you are too. The willow spreads its roots deep and wide, creating a strong foundation that is capable of standing up to anything. Now is the time for you to stand tall and feel the support of the earth beneath your feet. This card indicates a time of calm, so enjoy the peaceful energy now. It also signifies a time of power, perfect for reinforcing your foundation in your work, in your family, in your spirit, and in the depth of your belief in yourself. Okay, so back to the past here, right? So I feel like you just lost faith in your healing abilities. I feel like, again, with the Death card, this child passed away in your past life. And when this child passed away, what you did is you shut out your healing abilities because you didn't believe enough in yourself, because you felt, if I couldn't help heal my own child, how am I going to help heal other people? Which brings you to the lesson in this life. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So you're learning the lesson in this life about death and how to stand tall. And be calm, how to stand in your power, and believe in yourself, right? Just like the willow, you have peaceful strength, draw from the waters of your soul and extending through all eternity. Stand confidently in your truth. Take the actions that support the growth of all things wonderful in your life and know that you are powerful. So in other words, in the present moment, you need to end this relationship with this self-absorbed, egotistical person, right? You need to cut it. You need to end it. Turn your back toward it. You got the power. You got the strength to trust your intuition. Trust your visions. Trust that you have the emotional strength, right? That you can feel at peace. And taking the action that you need to turn your back to that person who is dismissive of your emotions, your wants, and your needs. And being more in the flow of trusting that you got a new beginning on the way. Closing one door opens another. And I feel like allow your higher self to come in and heal you so that you can trust it. All right. So let's go ahead and put these to the side. Now I'm done with these. See? Oh, my cat will be tasting that. Okay, so we're going to pull, what is your life's purpose in this life? What is your life's purpose? What are you here for? What is the purpose for your life in this life currently? What is the purpose? What are you here for? What is your life's purpose in this life? Practice, polish your skills by practicing regularly, and builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So polish your skills by practicing regularly and building and creating the things that you want to accomplish. So in this life, you are polishing your healing skills and you are building things that bring you that deep sense of accomplishment that you want to accomplish. What you want to build, what you want to create, what you are deeply rooting in the creation in the future, right? So they want you to practice, right? Practice your psychic awareness, right? Psychic awareness. Practice staying centered and grounded. Practice being more in the flow of the changes that are coming in your life and being able to create things that you feel deeply passionate about, right? Things that you're passionate about, things that you want to accomplish. See, you have this angel who is looking over at her with his hand on his head like, I will help you. As long as you polish your healing abilities. I feel for some of you, you may be a natural energy healer or work in the energy field or work as a medium is another thing I'm feeling. You could work as a medium. You could actually be a voice channeler or just somebody who is able to channel the spirit world. I feel like you need to learn how to protect your energy. It's very important. I feel like you need to protect your dreams as well. With the Akashic Library and the Oracle of the Delphi, you are actually, I feel, you have the ability to do that remote viewing. Lorraine Warren, how she would go into a trance and be able to use her clairvoyant ability for remote viewing is what I feel. I feel like you need to polish that skill as being an oracle because I feel like you are building your career out of it is what I feel. So make sure that you keep your emotions in flow, right? Make sure that you keep in the flow of your emotions. Don't block yourself up because it's very important to your clairvoyant abilities is what I feel here. All right. So what is some advice from your soul? What is some advice from your soul? Advice for your soul. Well, we have a bunch of them there, but they all flip over, so we will take them. Acceptance. I unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself just as I am. So your soul is telling you to have unconditional acceptance for yourself. Love who you are. And practice that. Polish that skill of unconditional love for yourself. For who you are. And you are very important is what I see here. Simplicity. Deep, profound serenity is expanding in your life. So feel serene. Live a simple life. Have deep and profound serenity in your life. Allow it to expand. So you may have to, again, accept who you are. Accept that you have, I feel, mediumship ability. That you have this healing ability to tap into the spirit world and offer healing messages. So accept that, right? Accept unconditionally that you can do this. And then have deep, profound serenity by living a simple life, right? Living a simple life and be proud of what you are building. Be grateful for what you are building. Have this deep sense of profound passion in what you are building with the simplest of things. Yeah, believe in yourself. Believe the best is yet to come, because look, there's that intention, right? It's popping up through the ground. Look at all the other seeds that are popping up and about ready to bloom. So the best is yet to come. You may have one intention that is blooming and blossoming, that you put energy into, that you put a lot of love and passion into, but yet there's a lot of other seeds that you've been watering with that love and compassion that is about to come into fruition. And faith. My life is divinely guided. Yeah. Have faith in your visions, right? Accept who you are and have faith in what you see, what you feel, right? Because why? Because your life is divinely guided. Your life is divinely guided. Exactly. So believe in yourself. Believe that the best is yet to come. That what you are building, and when you're allowing your emotions to water with love and compassion, is going to be amazing. So you need to accept the fact that you have this gift. Have faith that you're being divinely guided, right? Have faith in that. Learn to live in the present moment. And simplify your life by cleaning out the clutter of people who are dismissive of you or put you down. Because it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of who they are. You have the power and the strength to stand your ground, to put that boundary up. All right. So those are your messages. So that was pick star number 3. So thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.